We are starting a new series on Celebrate Recovery. And so we're going to walk through the 12 steps over the next 8 weeks.
Amen.
And we're going to do the whole program. We started out this week and we done the workbook stuff for step 1. And we will do the same thing for step 2. A couple of the weeks we'll do 2 steps in 1 week. That's how we're going to do the 12 steps in 8 weeks. In Celebrate Recovery, they took the 12 steps from the Beatitudes found in the book of Matthew.
Yeah.
And so that's where they believe the 12 steps come from, and that's what they use. So we'll be looking at the Beatitudes in the Bible. Step 1, they says, we admit we're powerless over our human condition, that our lives have become unmanageable. He said that they admit that they are powerless over their human condition. And we looked at, I had y'all to circle some things or underline some things that hopefully is up there. Do me a favor, go back there. He back there with his hands over his head and he lost his all get out. But anyway, what I need, what do I need to recover from? What do I need to recover from? And so y'all circle some things. Somebody tell me a couple of things that you circled or underlined. Yes, ma'am.
Fear and anxiety, abuse, lying, gambling, codependency.
Yes, ma'am. You over there.
Overeating, lying, drugs and alcohol, guilt, anger, rage, insecurity, hurtful relationships, the need to control, procrastination, fear, anxiety, and overspending.
Yeah.
All right, one of you brothers.
Yeah. Put overspending, procrastination, lying, alcohol, and drugs.
So, what we see here is that we got issues that's deeper than just our drug and alcohol problem that we need to recover from our human condition.
Yeah.
And so, whether you're in recovery or not, you can find some things on these sheets that you need to recover from, right?
Amen.
So it's not just drugs and alcohol, it's your human condition.
That's right.
It says addictions are the result of avoiding pain in our lives by medicating with a substance, activity, or relationship.
Yeah.
They can dominate our thoughts, feelings, and behavior. They rob us of our energy, hinder productivity, destroy relationships, and keep us in guilt, shame, and defeat.
Yeah.
That's what addiction does.
That's right.
And at the core of it, y'all, addiction is just avoiding pain, avoiding life. That's really what it is.
That's right.
And in that place, we put one of these things. Whether it's overeating, whether it's overspending, whether it's lying, really what we're doing is trying to avoid something.
That's right.
So our reality, it talks about powerlessness. The first thing they talks about on here is frustration. We're well aware of that, right?
Yeah.
And so what we're going to do is just walk through Romans 7 from 15 toward the end. And what Paul was saying in Romans 7, he says, I don't understand myself at all.
Yeah.
For I really want to do what is right, but I can't. I do what I don't want to do. Instead, I do the very thing that I hate.
Yeah.
We can understand that, right?
Yeah.
You know, if we didn't know that came from the Bible, we done said that to ourselves a whole bunch of times.
That's right.
I really don't want to do X, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
And I feel real frustrated when I do.
Yeah.
Whether that's eating, whether that's lying, whether that's cheating, whether that's stealing, whatever, right?
That's right.
That's a human condition. That's not a drug and alcohol thing. That's a human condition.
Yeah.
You know, I really want to exercise, but my laziness and me not wanting to hurt, that's avoiding pain. See, exercising hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
That's right.
that's why I ain't got no six pack. I really, really want a six pack. I ain't talking about beer and soda either. I'm talking about right up in here, I want a six pack. But guess what? I don't want to do the work, so I get frustrated.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, y'all remember that old Lay's potato chip commercial
yeah.
where he said you can't eat just one? You know, I done tried that.
Yeah.
I bought me a pack of Oreo cookies yesterday.
Wow.
And I said, I'm gonna get 4.
Yeah.
And I went and got 4, and I was sitting watching TV, and I said, well, I'm gonna get 4 more.
Yeah.
Then after a while, I said, let me stop lying. Let me just bring the whole pack and set it on the couch where I am, because I'm having to walk too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm eating all these cookies, so why am I playing with myself?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we understand that, right?
That's right.
Number 2 is despair. In Romans 7:18, Paul says, for I know that nothing good lives in me. That is in my sinful nature, for I have the desire to do what is good, but I cannot carry it out.
Wow.
That's that despair. See, I start feeling real bad, and that's where the despair comes from, because I really, really want to do what's good.
Yeah.
And family members always say this. They say he got a good heart and she got a good heart. And they judge us by what they perceive is our heart.
Right.
But the world judges us by action. It says that on page 61 in the big book that, you know what? I judge myself by my intention.
Yeah.
But the world judges me by my actions. And so I mean well, I just can't carry it out. And that's where the despair comes. After I done messed up, I feel real, real bad about myself.
Yeah.
You know, now y'all do when you say, you know what, I'm gonna try to lose weight, and you eat a whole tub of ice cream, then you feel real bad, and you say, you know what, I need another tub to get over the tub that I had. Gotta attack them earth people, you know. They don't know they got some issues. Then the second one, third one is defeat, y'all. Defeat. Frustration, despair, defeat. Paul says, I can will it. He's talking about his intentions. I can will it, but I can't do it. I decide to do good, but I don't really do it.
Yeah.
I decide not to do bad, but then I do it anyway.
Yeah.
My decisions, such as they are, don't result in action.
Yeah. Yeah.
My decisions, the such as they are, this right here is Eugene Peterson. This right here is the Message translation of it. But he said, you know what? My decisions don't play itself out.
That's right.
But I mean well.
That's right.
I done bought gym memberships all over the city. Every time a new gym come out, I go get a membership. And I'll never go longer than 2 or 3 months. You know, but I mean real well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I go buy all of this exercise gear, and I be pretty too, y'all. I be the sharpest guy in the gym. I go buy the shoes, the shorts, the shirt. But don't none of that motivate me to get in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I feel real bad, and I miss a couple of times, and I stop going all together.
Yeah.
And them people still keep debiting my credit card.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I call them and say, I want to counsel. They say, okay, Mr. Bussey, but you got to write a letter to the corporate office.
Wow.
Like, I didn't have to write no letter
Yeah. Yeah.
when I signed up.
Yeah.
Well, they got game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now I'm on the exercise thing at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't doing no better. She trying to see if no, I still have. Stop looking at my stomach. Ain't that something she looked at my stomach and said, it ain't working. Number 4, fear. Fear. The big book says that I am driven by 100 forms of fear.
Yeah.
It ain't talking about big dogs and snakes or heights either.
That's right.
We just have a whole bunch of fears in life.
Yeah.
Check out what Paul says in verse 20. He says, but if I am doing what I don't want to, I'm not really doing it. The sin within me is doing it. And what he is saying is that something on the inside of him is driving him to do what he don't want to do. What he realized is it wasn't him.
That's right.
It was his sinful nature.
That's right.
And what I found out with this, y'all, is the part of me that I feed the most is the part of me that will be the strongest.
That's right.
And so if I want my spiritual self to grow, I got to feed myself spiritually. If I want my recovery part of me to grow, I got to do this with some intentionality. But guess what, y'all? The world feeds my sin nature automatically. I don't have to do anything to be fed by that. That's automatic. Because we in this sinful world, and I'm going to see stuff that's not healthy for me. I'm going to hear stuff that's not healthy for me. And so I have to fight that fight by intentionally avoiding things that ain't no good for me, and intentionally putting myself in positive places to feed myself.
That's right.
With intentionality. Because I ain't going to automatically grow.
Right.
Pastor Smith used to say, just because you are on the premises don't mean nothing.
Don't mean nothing.
Guess what? Y'all live at a church. But just living here ain't going to do nothing for you.
That's right.
You're going to have to get in the Word on your own. You're going to have to pick that big book up on your own. You're going to have to pick that NA text up. Just living here ain't going to do nothing. Just living at a church don't do nothing.
That's right.
Just living at a program don't do nothing.
That's right.
And so we have this fear. And what we need to understand, and I'll hurry on, that the victory is already won. That if God brought you here, it's not a matter of can I stay sober. The answer to that is yes. It's just whether or not you're going to put the work in. That's what the issue is. It's not whether or not you can stay clean. Yes. God wouldn't have brought you here if he didn't intend for you to get clean this time.
That's right.
But what he never takes from us, y'all, and hear this, is choice that he gave us in the book of Genesis.
That's right.
He don't take that away from us because that's how he determines whether or not we love him. Is we have to choose him. You see what I'm saying? You know how they say, we don't want nobody that don't nobody else want. Right? When you go out and choose a boo, you don't choose a boo that don't nobody on earth want. You leave them where they at.
That's right.
Right? You choose something that somebody else want, and you want them to choose you. That's why Tony Braxton said, love should have brought you home last night. See, women can tell you. Just men will lie and say, I love you. Women will say, if you love me, you wouldn't be doing this. Or if you love me, you wouldn't say that. Women know that real well in relationships. They know that love is an action and it's not a verbal expressed something. Right?
That's right.
Yeah, they know that. In relationships anyway, I don't know how they do it in their spiritual walk, but if you get in a relationship with one, they can tell you exactly what love is. Women are never confused about that. You know? Shoot. My wife just went on a business trip. She travels a lot, and you know, the company paid for her parking and paid for her Uber to get to the airport and all that stuff. I said, well, baby, you know, won't you just call her Uber to take you to the airport? And, you know, when you get home, bring me back home. That makes logical sense. She said, oh, no, I am married. And love says, my husband drops me off at the airport. And love says, he picks me up. What they got to do? And look at the women saying, yes. I really didn't know. I didn't know. I'm like, if they gonna pay for a car, they ain't got nothing to do. All the women, I shouldn't have said that. Scratch that from the tape and scratch that from y'all memory. But I didn't know. I probably knew, but I wanted a convenient kind of love. You know, You know, it's gonna pick you up, baby.
That's right.
Didn't work. So I went and picked up and I took it, y'all, and all of that stuff. Let the record show. But sometimes I gotta be reminded, and sometimes we gotta be reminded what love is.
That's right.
And what that it's not a feeling, it's an action. Make sense?
That's right.
The Message translation says in Romans 7:20, some things have gone wrong deep within me and gets the better of me every time. Something. I like how Eugene Peterson says something has gone wrong deep within me.
Yeah.
And in the big book, in one of the last stories in there, the lady said that I had to get down to the root cause and conditioning of my problem. She said she never did react normally to life.
Yeah.
From her earliest existence, she never reacted normally. And most of us, y'all, something went wrong deep within us. And family members, it don't mean you done something. It's just our reactions to life. My mom used to tell me when I was little, she said, boy, something is wrong with you. I just don't know what it is. I'm talking about in the sand pit.
Yeah.
I wasn't like the other little kids in the sand pit.
Yeah.
I'm talking about at 4 or 5 years old, my mama knew.
Yeah.
Boy, you different.
Yeah.
You ever been told that when you were little? Long before those, long before
That's right.
all of that,
That's right.
that it was something
That's right.
wrong with you.
That's right.
That you didn't react normally to life.
To life. Yeah.
That your reactions were not normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was overly sensitive to criticism.
Wow.
All of that.
Yeah.
Early on. Normal. And I had an addictive personality.
Yeah.
I was selfish
Yeah.
in the sandpit.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah.
I want nobody to play with my toy, but I want to play with everybody else's toy.
Yeah. That's it.
I earned my seat in here.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. It nothing happened to me when I got, just because I got in the chronic stage of my addiction. There was something wrong with me early on.
Early on.
That's what we'll look at step 4. Let me hurry up. Misery. He says, what a wretched man that I am. Who will rescue me from this body of death? Now, Paul at this point then went into a state of depression.
Yeah.
He said, what a wretched man that I am.
Yeah.
Ain't that tough?
Yeah.
He knew it was something wrong with us.
Yeah.
See, that's step 1. Step 1 says, I admit that I'm powerless. See, you can't get clean unless you admit that you got a serious problem. You know, that you got to say, I'm a wretched person.
Yeah.
See, we don't want to call out our human condition.
Yeah.
We try to save our face and our hind parts at the same time. No, you got to tell the truth about how ugly you are
That's right.
and how wretched you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
How wretched you are. And we don't want to tell anybody how wretched we are. We try to dress up, make up, and fix up, you know. You know the old saying, you can put lipstick on a pig and it's still a pig. That's what we want to do. We want to come in here and put lipstick on our recovery and think that means that no, you still a pig.
Still people. Yeah.
Yeah, you still a pig.
Yeah.
Possible responses. Number 1, my problem is not that bad. Don't we say that? We try to find somebody else that's a little worse than us. So we can say, at least I'm not that.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least I'm not that.
That's right.
I didn't do that. But guess what? Until you admit it, you'll keep going out. And I love that when the people come in and say, I didn't do that. Then they go back out there and they come back and they say, now I done it. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the 12 by 12, it says that you don't have to go through all of that.
That's right.
It talks about that I can recover with two cars in the garage and all of that. Step one raises the bottom up to hit me,
Yeah.
so I ain't gotta hit the bottom.
Yeah.
When I can get honest enough to admit complete defeat. I don't have to go out and do all of that stuff.
That's right.
But my pride and my ego won't allow me sometimes.
Oh my.
And so I try to find some people worse than me to make
Yeah.
myself feel good. No, you a wretch.
Yeah.
Call it where you are so that you ain't got to go and experience that. That makes sense?
That's right.
And if you can't admit it, you got to go out and live that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But you ain't got to do that. That's why, let me say this. In step 1 and 12 by 12, it says, while all of this insists us that every AA must hit bottom.
Yeah.
Then it talks about because they will not have enough willingness to repeatedly practice these principles
Yeah.
in the areas of their life.
That's right.
Until I get to that point where I done hit bottom, and then I may ask for some help.
Yeah.
Second one, that's fine, but I can solve my problem. When I think that I can fix this situation, I ain't got to step 1.
Right.
You can't fix you.
That's right.
God made us as relational beings, and you need some help
Yeah.
from somebody else other than you.
Yeah.
You can't fix this.
That's right.
You know. Shoot. I tried fixing that cookie problem yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I ain't gonna eat but 4. I'm gonna get 4 more.
Yeah.
And I normally blame my wife when my cookie count get low, but she was out of town, y'all. And when I went in there and I looked, and they was almost all gone, I looked around, I said, who ate all these cookies? But it wasn't nobody in the house but me.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, wretched man that I am. Now, she probably ain't been stealing them. Now, she'll go buy, now this may be on that page too. She'll go buy my snacks.
Right.
And I don't want to let her eat none of them.
That's right. That's
What
right.
issue is that?
That's right. That's right.
Is that selfish?
That's right.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they mine.
Yeah.
Ain't none of y'all got a mind problem?
Oh,
Am I the only one? All of the mind people raising their hand, I want to see who y'all are. Mine. If it's mine, I won't share it. And that's all.
Right.
Yeah, that is something.
That's right.
When my kids were small, kids can hear a candy wrapper
Yeah.
from across the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. And I would go in the room and I'd be trying to ease it open. They like German Shepherd. Dad, give me some. I'm like, how did y'all hear? Can you do that? Can you hear? You hear? You can. You can hear candy wrapper? Yeah. Be like, give me some. And I found out that, you know what? I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to sneak
Yeah.
and hide and eat this stuff because I don't want to share it with my own children.
That's right.
There may be something wrong with that too, huh?
Yeah.
Is that on there too, or is that still self?
Yeah.
But I ain't by myself.
No.
Because they eat all theirs and then want some of mine. I'm like,
You smoke up all that cigarettes and want to smoke mine.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. Our problem, y'all, is sin. At the end of the day, y'all, it's not that I got an addiction problem, or I got an eating problem, or I got a selfish problem. What I really have is a sin problem. That's really what it is. I got a sin problem.
Yeah.
Satan told Eve, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be open and you will be like God, knowing good and evil. He lied.
Yeah.
He lied.
Yeah.
And that's where sin came in, because at the end of the day, we try to be God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really what it is. Not God with the big G,
Yeah.
God with the little g.
Yeah.
We don't think that we are God with the big G. What do you mean? We don't think we split the seasons. We know that we didn't create the world, right? We know that. I just want to be the God of my own life. That's the God we want to be.
Yeah.
That I think I know what's best for me and best for everybody else. And when you think that, you become God
Yeah.
with the little g.
Yeah.
When you think you know more than God.
Thank God.
Yeah. When me as an addict try to go out of here and do the program my way instead of working the way that the Word of God says and working the program the way that the literature says. When I say I don't need to go to no meetings, I don't need to go to church, I don't need to do all that, I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
I have become God
Yeah.
in my life.
In my life.
And we see how well that has worked for us.
That's right.
We try to control. First thing we try to control is our image. I try to control my image. I want to control how people see me. Because I don't want people to know how wretched I am. Second thing I try to control is other people. It's amazing how we run the world from the Golden Gate Adult Rehabilitation Ministry from that phone.
Yeah.
Family members, we think we can run your life from that phone.
On that phone.
But we think we are more important than we really are.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta call my kids. I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I gotta call my wife. I gotta call my mama. I gotta call them. And we want to give instructions from the treatment
I'm
center.
treating something. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You can't run the world from the treatment center.
That's right. That's
You
right.
ain't gonna be able to run it when you get out of there.
That's right.
I found out that my wife told me what her definition of submission is: gracious cooperation.
Gracious cooperation.
Yeah. She said that's what submission is. Because I want to run her. She said, no, baby, submission is gracious cooperation.
Gracious cooperation.
Gracious cooperation.
Yeah, that's all it is, baby.
Yeah.
You're not running nothing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just graciously cooperate
Yeah.
when I want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But even then, you ain't running
You
nothing.
ain't running nothing. That's right.
Yeah.
And I ain't running my kids either.
No. No.
They graciously cooperate too
Yeah.
when they get ready.
When they get ready. Yep.
I'm the program director, but I ain't running y'all either.
That's right.
It's gracious cooperation with that.
Yes, sir.
Only thing I can do is decide whether you sleep here tonight or not.
That's right.
But other than that, I ain't got no power.
That's
I
right.
got the power to determine whether you sleep here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I ain't got no power.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I first came in the ministry 20 years ago, I thought I could will, pray, and threaten y'all into sobriety.
That's a surprise.
And I figured out that the only thing I can do is prepare,
Yeah.
pray,
Yeah.
and teach.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Yeah.
Is pray,
Yeah.
prepare, and teach.
Yeah.
And whether you stay clean after that is on you.
You know?
But I can't make you stay clean.
That's right.
Third thing we try to control is our problems.
Wow. Wow.
Have you ever tried to control some of your problems? How well did that work out for you?
I know it now.
You know, we try to control our problems or minimize our problems. Y'all, most of the time when my problems get out of hand, Me sticking my hands in it only make my problems worse.
Yeah, yeah.
It says on page 452 when it talks about expectations, it's I just do what's in front of me to be done and leave the results up to God. That's all I can do. Is just do what's in front of me to be done and then say, you know what? I can't do no more. Lord, I've done all I can. I turn this over to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Fourth thing we try to control is our pain.
My, my.
We try to control our pain. You can't control your pain.